Hi guys, in this video we'll be discussing about a very important topic in growth and development. It is also a very area where a lot of MCQs are picked up, which is the Scammon'S growth curve. It's a very simple topic, however it's very important for us to understand this concept so that we can, a lot of questions that come from this topic are applied questions. So we need to understand a bit more about this curve, the topic per se, so that we can answer case-based, scenario-based questions or applied questions. So what is this Scammon'S growth curve? Scammon'S growth curve basically describes something called as variability of growth. So what does this variability of growth means? We all know that when we are growing together, no two individuals grow the same way. One person will grow taller little earlier, the other person might be a little short. So there is a variability in growth. The same way in our body, no two organs are the same way. No two organs grow the same way. So basically, Scammon'S, what he has done is he has divided the growth of our organs into four classifications. So there is a genital curve, there is a general curve, there is a neural, and there is a lymphoid curve. So all our body organs can be classified into any of these four curves. The growth of these can be classified into any of these four curves. So we'll discuss these curves one by one. These are very simple concepts. So first we'll start with the general curve. So general curve, like I said, general or somatic curve. This general or somatic curve is what all general organs like your bones, your muscles, your soft tissue, your skin, your hair, everything is going to follow this pattern of growth. So what does this mean? General curve J basically follows an S-shaped curve. So initially from birth, there is a rapid growth. We all know that when a child is born, suddenly it increases in height. But around 8 to 10 years, there is a stasis in height. The height doesn't increase rapidly. So there is a period of plateau, and suddenly during the puberty, there is something called as growth spurt. There is a sudden increase in height. So there is an increase in the growth of these organs in a sudden way. So this forms a S-shaped curve. So this is how any general organs or organs that follow the somatic growth curve develops. So this is an S-shaped curve. S-shaped curve is an important 1-mark question. They could ask you like which curve in the Scammon'S growth curve follows the S-shaped pattern. So the answer is general or somatic growth curves. So the next curve we are going to see is the genital curve. So genital curve. Genital curve is a very important curve because all the genital organs, your testes, your ovaries, your secondary sexual characters, everything is going to follow this genital curve. So from birth, the genital organs do not develop rapidly. So there is a plateau from birth till close to your growth spurt, which is your puberty. This point is your puberty around 13 to 14 years. So this is your puberty. At puberty, there's a sudden increase in the development of these organs and they reach at 20 years 100% of growth. So this you can see, this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Y-axis is the percentage of growth and x-axis is the age. So genital curve generally does not develop until puberty, close to 13-14 years, and suddenly during the puberty there is rapid development of these sexual organs and it reaches 100% of the growth when the individual reaches 20 years. So this is regarding your genital curve. Next is your neural curve. So neural curve is a peculiar pattern of growth. So we can see in this curve that it grows rapidly and plateaus. This growth stops, the neural development stops around 5 to 6 years of age. Neural curve, neural curve is followed by your brain, your development of your brain, your nerves, everything. So all the neural organs are complete or reach 100%, close to 100% of their original size by 5 years. After that, they are only going to be developing, but they are not going to grow in size. So your growth of your neural organs happens by 5 to 6 years, which is an important 1-mark question. So this is your neural curve. The last is your lymphoid curve. Lymphoid curve is a very interesting curve. So you can see this has a sudden spike and grows close to 200%. And then it comes back down to 100% during 20 years or adult stage. So why this happens? What are organs follows the lymphoid curve? Your tonsils, your thymus, other lymphoid organs follow the lymphoid curve. So why is this important? Is because this curve follows something called as negative growth. Generally, when the age increases, the size of an organ increases. That is called as growth. But when only in relation to the lymphoid organs, when the age increases, the size of the lymphoid organs decrease. This is called as involution. You would have all studied about your thymus, your tonsils. They are hypertrophic, your adenoids. Everything is hypertrophic when the child is around 10 years, 12 years. But suddenly when the puberty hits, when the child is going towards the adult stage, the thymus shrinks, the lymphoid organs shrink. So this is called as negative growth. So this is very important for establishment of immunity. So they are hypertrophic because the thymus is going to train your B cells to become better at producing the antibodies, and your lymphoid organs are going to protect you from infectious organisms till your immunity develops. So these are hyperactive during your developmental years and goes back to 100%, or which is a normal size during your adulthood. So they are hypertrophic. Adenoid hypertrophy, tonsillar hypertrophy is very common in young children around 10 years, 11 years. So this happens because the growth of the organ itself follows the same pattern. So this is called as negative growth. So you will be asked 1 marks which organ follows a pattern of negative growth. So you can answer the lymphoid curve follows the negative growth. So that's all regarding Scammon'S growth curve. We have discussed 4 important growth curves, which is your general. General follows an S-shaped curve. Your neural growth stops, or the rapid development stops by 5 to 6 years and it plateaus till the adult age. And then there's your genital curve, which does not develop until your puberty, and during your growth spurt or your pubertal growth spurt, it suddenly increases in its size and reaches maturation state at around 20 years of age. Your lymphoid curve follows negative growth, wherein there is a rapid increase in its size during the first 10 years of life, and it suddenly drops, shrinks or involutes or shows negative growth till your adulthood. So thank you for watching.